The Arc MIDI R2 by Fractal Design features massive airflow and highly flexible liquid cooling support. Click now to learn more. So the problem of not having enough storage space on your phone or tablet has kind of been a thing for a while, so to speak. And the new thing to deal with that thing is wireless storage. So Sandisk is throwing their hat into the ring with the Sandisk Connect series. So this is the wireless flash drive and the wireless media drive. So these are intended to work with whether it's your PC or your Mac or your iOS device or your Android device, phones, tablets, computers, all that kind of stuff, to expand your storage and allow you to access it wirelessly. So they both support WPA2 Wi-Fi protection, access from around 150 feet. They both support 8 concurrent users for file sharing, but this is where things start to get a little bit different. So the flash drive, let's do a quick tour of this one, supports streaming video to up to 3 concurrent users, comes with 16 gigs of storage in it by default, although you can increase that. Now, I think they call it expandable storage, but I wouldn't quite call it expandable storage because it's more like increasable storage, because this, contrary to what you might think from its form factor, is not actually a thumb drive. It's more of a micro SD card reader, so it comes with a 16 gig micro SD card inside. There you go. So there's a Sandisk Ultra card in there. It also supports up to 4 hours of continuous streaming. So that's around half the battery life of the larger media drive. And I think that was the other main difference. Okay, so fewer concurrent users for video and only 4 hours on a charge. Next up, we've got the wireless media drive, which actually has a really nice ID. So this is more of the premium product. So it's got kind of a nice textured square finish on the top of it. It actually looks quite striking. And then an aluminum band around the outside. So there's the charging port. It comes with a charging cable as well as a wall wart. That should be, I'm guessing, a 500 milliamp wall wart. 300 milliamp wall wart. Okay, there you go. And then also, this one has a power button right here. And finally, yes, SD card expansion. So there's 32 gigs inside, and you can actually add additional memory to it as needed with a full-sized SD card. This one supports 5 concurrent users for video, 8 hours of battery life, and 8 concurrent users for just general file sharing. However, with all of these devices, I could tell you, oh yeah, this one charges just by plugging in via USB. And then the power button's here. This one, I mean, all these devices are pretty much the same thing, except it's going to come down to software support. So we're going to fire up the app and see how well it works. So Sandisk actually has 2 separate apps, one for the pen drive and one for the media drive. So we used the media drive one just because they seemed to be pretty similar otherwise. If you've ever used one of these before, you'll be familiar with this. So you basically just connect to the Wi-Fi network that it is. It doesn't come with any security on it by default, but the good news is that when you go into the settings, here, I'm just going to go ahead and put this down right here. So when you go into the settings, it's really easy to figure out the default admin stuff. So you just put admin, and then you can log in, update your firmware, see your battery life, all that kind of cool stuff, which is neat. You also have a few different ways to browse your files. So I generally prefer just looking at a directory structure. So here we can check out my resume. See, there you go. I haven't done one of those in a long time. Yay, LinkedIn. And then you can see there's some default music on here. So it goes ahead. It plays within its own media player app. And unfortunately, the media player app has very limited compatibility. So we have some approaching Nirvana songs that it unfortunately wasn't able to play because they are WAV files. Another example of sort of limited compatibility was, you can see MP4s are the ones that are supported by the default app. I wouldn't have minded seeing integration with third-party apps like OPlayer. So this Adventure Time video plays just fine, but here's a much higher bitrate file. This is a 1080p file that I recorded with this phone, and unfortunately, playing back wirelessly does stutter a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is able to, yeah, see, there it goes. But it is able to play it back because it is compatible. Other than that, you're able to, yes, browsing photos. So check this out. It comes with some preloaded photos, so you can go ahead and check those out. It takes a little while to load the first time, so I was getting a little bit of loading time before, but you can see it's not nearly as bad anymore. So that's my old computer, if you guys want to check that out. Got my All-in-Wonder 9600 Pro in there. So basically the conclusion is very small, very compact, great ID, particularly on the media drive. That is industrial design for those of you who aren't familiar with that. But I would like to see some more maturity on the app itself. One thing that I do like about it is that you have the option to download the files locally should you so desire. So that should eliminate any kind of like stuttering or weirdness. So I wouldn't mind seeing them integrate sort of other third-party players with the files that you can play back. Or, I mean, you look at how long someone like Seagate has been working on their media player app and sort of how mature that is. So I think we're probably going to see this continue to evolve over time. Thank you for checking out this unboxing and overview of Sandisk's Connect family of products. Don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips for more unboxings, reviews, and other computer videos. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to dislike it if you disliked it, and leave a comment and let me know what you thought of it one way or the other.